Repeat after me. I will choose to honor myself by showing up for myself every single day. I will choose to honor myself by showing up for myself every single day. Hey everyone, welcome to the Faith, Love, and Dreams YouTube channel, where we talk about all things relationship, marriage, and lifestyle. My name is Tiffany, and if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for joining me today. So today's video is going to be a lifestyle video. I started a series called A Journey to a Better Me. This series is all about self-reflection, self-focusing, self-love, and self-care. If you've missed the first two videos, please go back and look at them. I will either link them above or I will link them down below. So while you're watching this, if you see something that you enjoy, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below because I love to engage with you, and subscribe so you know when I'll upload new videos. Now, let's get into the video. You may remember this snippet from my welcome back video. I have never stopped being who I've been to other people. That is the thing.
Let me say that again. In all of this that has been going on with me, I have never stopped being who I've been to other people.
I'm genuinely a nurturer. I'm genuinely an encourager, a supporter. You tell me something clicks in my mind, and I can start researching it, looking for it, give you ideas, tell you, things that you need to do, help you out with your problems, jump in there when you need help, show up for you. And what I have not been doing is showing up for myself. This video is all about showing up for you. Today, I would like to share 5 tips that you can use to show up for yourself. I have this little plaque that sits on a table across from my work desk that I get to see every morning while I'm working, and I truly believe what it says. It says, one small positive thought every morning can change your whole day. So, tip number 1 is a positive mindset is a choice. When I was younger, I allowed my circumstances and my environment to dictate my thoughts. I really didn't understand that it was me that was choosing to respond negatively to my situation. Being young and impressionable, I've had my share of negative or doom and gloom self-talk, but I really didn't understand the power that I had back then. So as I've matured, I've become the most positive, peaceful, and unbothered person that I've ever been before in my life. Now, let me just add a disclaimer. I'm human, and so are you, which means we're not perfect. Negativity can always try to creep in, but it's up to you to recognize it and act on it. Also, I want to stress that having a positive mindset while being a choice does not mean that you will be happy 24/7. It does not mean that you need to ignore how you feel, nor does it mean that you need to fake your emotions. What it does mean is that having a positive mindset does matter when it comes to showing up as your authentic self. In this Journey to a Better Me series, that is what it's all about, showing up for you. So let's discuss a few more tips that will help you get that accomplished. Tip number 2 is to spend quality time with yourself. Heavy on the quality. This is how you get to know exactly what it is that you like. I don't know about you, but I love spending time with myself. I love my own company. In this time that you're spending with yourself, ask yourself these questions. Who are you? What is it that you like? What are your desires? What goals would you like to accomplish? There are so many questions that you can ask about you. Be specific in your answers. Some of them will be so revealing. It'll remind you that there are some things that you haven't thought about in quite some time. You've not spent enough time with yourself to know. Have you ever really thought about some of the things that you like and then you notice, I really don't like that? I remember in my past that I was so gung-ho about basketball. I'm not a basketball fan. Honestly, I watched it because an ex watched it. I remember going to certain places that I thought it was chic to go to, and I really didn't like it. I was really influenced by a friend that may have been one of their favorite spots. Or have you ever taken on something and made yourself like it, but now that you're thinking about it, it's because your parents wanted you to do it. Your parents liked doing it. And you know, sometimes when we're little, we want to please our parents, but as we continue to get older, we're like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't want to do that. I know a few friends that are in careers actually that they do not like. And it's mostly because their parents influenced them to go into careers. They may be more of a creative, but that wasn't looked upon as something that they should do. So they, you know, pleased their parents and went into something else, but they're always dabbling in that creative space. So essentially, no one should know you better than you know yourself. Let me repeat that again. No one should know you better than you know yourself. So take this time to reconnect with you. A few things that you can do in the quality time that you spend with yourself is taking yourself out on a date. Maybe you're going to the movies, maybe you're hitting up a new restaurant, maybe it's just a relaxing day at the spa. Or it could be something as simple as one of my favorites, packing a lunch and going to a nearby lake that I affectionately call the spot. When I'm actually here, I can meditate, I eat, I read a good book, listen to some good music, people watch, take a walk around the lake, or I just sit there and enjoy the scenery. This is a good time to get your thought juices flowing and just a good time to relax. So your reconnect with me date can be as simple or as intricate as you would like it to be. The goal again is to just spend some quality time with yourself. Once you've taken some time to reconnect with yourself, let's move on to tip number 3, which is to commit to a routine that keeps you organized and on task. Now, I personally use a to-do list, I use a planner, and I also use the calendar in my phone. Everyone has their phone nowadays, so you can make lists, charts, graphs, everything in your phone these days. Or you can just add a simple reminder to remind you of something. Now, I'm a bit old school. I use technology, but honestly, I don't totally trust it. So I manually write everything down anyway. So if I have something in my calendar, you best believe it is written somewhere on some paper. So find whatever it is that works for you, that helps you to remember what needs to be done, and stick to it. Following routines are a great way for you to show up for yourself. And because that's your goal, to show up for yourself every day, then you should have a daily routine. Here are a few examples of some routines that you may want to incorporate into your day. One is an AM or a morning routine. For me, my morning routine focus has been on my skincare. Back in the day, I would just wash my face and that was it. Now I do have a couple of more steps that I add to that, but nothing crazy, nothing like a 10-step glass skin routine or anything like that. I do believe that skin is made to be kept healthy, but I do not believe that skin is not made to age. A wrinkle here and there, hey, I look at it as a wisdom wrinkle, okay? Maybe you want to incorporate a PM or a nighttime routine. I know for me, the one that's giving me trouble that I've tried to incorporate but I have not mastered yet is bedtime. I do not go to sleep on time. I know that's bad. I know that sleep is healthy. for you, and getting the proper amounts is healthy for you, I am still working on that. So maybe you want to incorporate a nighttime routine. You can incorporate an exercise routine. I know some people that decide to make sure that they're working out 2 to 3 times a week. If you're like me, I just try to make sure that I'm moving, and I try to make sure that I am gradually moving up to, 30 minutes a day, a few times a week. One day I'll get to 30 minutes a day every day, but baby steps, okay? Incorporate an exercise routine, because exercise is important for your body and it's healthy. Another routine that you can incorporate could be maybe eating healthier. You don't have to eat healthy every single day unless you have some kind of medical condition, but maybe it's a meatless Monday. Maybe it's sweets only on the weekend, or you're allowing yourself 1 sweet per day. Maybe it is meal prepping. I know for me, when I used to meal prep, I'm going to get back to it, but when I used to meal prep, I noticed that 1, it cut down on me eating out, and 2, I just didn't eat everything that I laid my eyes on, because I already had something there waiting for me for a certain time of the day. So maybe you're going to incorporate a healthy eating habit, or a certain type of diet into your day. Another routine could be a budget routine. This is something you can decide you want to look at daily, weekly, or monthly. Some people do their budgets the day before they get paid. Some people look at their accounts and the money that they have every day. Whatever it is that you choose, pick a day, pick a time to take and look at your money, so you know exactly where it's going, because you should be telling your money where to go. Your money should not be telling you, bye, I'm gone. Find me and catch me if you can. So maybe that's another routine that you can incorporate. Tip number 4. This is a hard one. Distance yourself from what no longer serves you. Now, I admit that this is probably one of the hardest things that you will have to do, especially if it involves people that are near and dear to your heart. But we're talking about showing up for ourselves, and this is something that's going to propel us to continue to show up for ourselves. It's okay to think about you and your needs and what it is that you want over others in this instance. So if it no longer serves you, and I'm not just saying people, there are things, there are habits, there are environments that no longer serve you, it's really time to distance yourself from those so that you can continue to show up for you. There's a quote that says, starve your distractions and feed your focus. Showing up for yourself means that the focus is you. This may be new territory, because most of us have become accustomed to showing up for our family, our friends, our careers, and everything else that you can think of, leaving ourselves for last. When we eliminate those distractions, it allows us to feel free. Free to dream, free to relax, and free to do whatever it is with our time that our heart desires. Which brings me to my last tip. Tip number 5. The time is now. Let me repeat that again. The time is now. Here's a perfect quote. You cannot go back to change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Showing up for yourself every single day is the epitome of self-love. You get to decide how much of the next 24 hours will be dedicated to you. So don't let another day go by without having an answer to this question. How did you show up for yourself today? Here's a quick recap of the 5 tips that I shared for showing up for yourself. Tip number 1, choose to have a positive mindset. Tip number 2, spend quality time with yourself. Tip number 3, commit to a routine that keeps you organized and on task. Tip number 4, distance yourself from what no longer serves you. And tip number 5, the time is now. Comment down below which tip or tips that you'll use to incorporate in showing up for yourself every single day.